Hey everyone, I just put this Johnson 99 on the dinghy to see if it got started after I did the electrical repairs. And I started the dinghy. It started poorly, and when I squeezed the bulb, fuel leaked out of the overflow. That's a sure sign to me that the float valve is stuck in position. I'm going to remove the carburetor completely, and I'm going to clean it really well, and I'm going to see if I can unstick this float valve, and then the motor should run properly. There it goes. Knew that was going to happen. Now, the float valve at least is not these fucking things are another problem. These bolts are pretty seized. I'm going to heat them up a little bit.
What you see and what you get, so it's bad for my head. When you describe me just as I've seen myself.
Aluminum has a melting point of around 800 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hard to see when aluminum will melt. So it's good to test the temperature, or pray to God that you don't heat it up too much like I did in this case. What I'm doing while I'm heating these bolts is I'm actually expanding and contracting the metal so that the calcium deposits or the corrosion gets worked, so it gets expanded then cooled, expanded then cooled, and the calcium deposits will break apart and it'll be easier to free the bolt. What some people do is they keep vice grips in an ice bath, for example, and they'll heat the metal really quickly and get it really hot, and then they'll take their frozen vice grips and pinch the bolt, and it'll cool the bolt quicker than the surrounding metal. Broken. This one proves how patience pays. I was about to break it off. I was so frustrated, and just as I was gonna break it off, it started showing some signs of movement. Lots of corrosion in this. So I shift forward and reverse. We have this bar in here that gets pulled up and down. So that controls the gear that we're in. So what I've got to do is remove the pin and remove the connection to that thing. So I'm going to pull the top of this off. I'm going to pull the air filter off, and I should be able to get in to remove the pin and free the bar that runs down that controls the gearing. All right, so now I'm gonna just start. I've released this gear thing. Now I'm just gonna rock it back and forth. Eventually it should come off. There it goes. So there it is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Another great trick with removing stuck bolts, seized bolts, is heating it and then letting it cool to a certain point and spraying some sort of lubricant on there. You know, like WD-40 or anything along those lines, whatever, as my friend Gregory would say, whatever jazz you want to use. We got it. That you guys should see. What I did is, let's see if I can even get it off. There it goes. So I took a file and I filed it flat. See that? I don't know if you can, but filed it flat, and then the vice grips could bite it better. And then I used my channel locks to lever the vice grips, and it's off. Very nice. 7/16. See how it's warped into position there? Get blasted off. Wow. Is that the gasket? Jeez. A little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. This just came right off. Very poor shape. I don't know where the keeper pin is. This impeller actually came off of its metal body. Some of the aftermarket impellers that you get that's not OEM, that you get off Amazon or eBay, are built poorly and they'll actually spin off of their hub. That was what happened in this situation. We cleaned this up because it had a bunch of barnacle deposit on it. Or calcium deposit. I used barnacle buster just to clean it up, and this slides on the shaft, and it goes on like this, and our lovely little impeller goes right in here. I didn't get footage of this, but I ended up pumping barnacle buster through the motor and through the cooling system, because I suspected that there was a blockage. A bunch of material came out and the motor peed really nicely afterwards, so I think that there was some blockage inside of the cooling unit. So we have 76 psi for the compression of this motor, and both of the cylinders are exactly the same, which is exactly what we're looking for. We are making progress. This is the Johnson 99. Choke is out. Oh. All good things. So now we just have to let it get up to temp, and we're gonna mess around with the tuning of it so that it operates perfectly. When I say tuned, I'm talking about the idle screw. On this one, it's right here. And I'm talking about the timing of the fuel, of the opening of the butterfly in the back. This part right here. So as I turn the throttle, that moves down, but it needs to be timed properly. It's one of the biggest things people make mistakes with carburetors is they bust the carburetor open. They say, "Oh man, it's got to be dirty." They clean it. Everything's as it should be on the inside, and it still doesn't work. And that is because the timing isn't correct on the opening of the butterfly valve inside the carburetor. All right, so Catrice and I are gonna head out on a little adventure. We're gonna test our new Johnson 99. We have our good old reliable Nissan 8 horsepower with us with a toolkit, 2 tanks of gas, a backpack full of fresh cooked bread, fresh baked bread, and we're gonna go ride to a nearby marina where my friend's waiting for me in his sailboat, in their sailboat, him and her. And I'm gonna go for a sail today.